Thank you for that clarity in terms of the differences between prima facie and probable cause. No? Having heard our experts in the law of the land, I'd like to hear from the law of the Lord. Ngayon, Father, sinabi nga ni Attorney Ferdy kanina, bakit naman parang double standard? Other proceedings, medyo transparent. Tulad dito sa House Committee ngayon, whereas doon sa ICI, hindi transparent. I think perhaps Attorney Ferdy would not disagree. How come doon sa impeachment complaint laban kay President BBM, walang ganitong clarification hearing, pero kay VP Sara mukha yatang marami at mahaba. Pagdating po ba sa batas ng Panginoon, ano po ba dapat ang batayan before we can condemn any person? Before we can make a person accountable?
Unang-una, dapat walang double standard. Di ba? Before God, we're all brothers and sisters. So therefore, nothing in the law of the land and in the law of the church can be used to protect anybody against an accusation whether with or without probable cause. Kaya ako, nabitin ako na talagang hindi televised yung ICI. Nabitin ako. Lahat na sumisigaw na ikulong ang mga korap. Paano ba ikukulong? Di ba, mga kurakot. Pero, paano ba ikukulong? Pagkatapos ng isang hearing, lahat wala kang nakita. Sandro Marcos, Martin Romualdez, kumalat na sa social media na si Martin Romualdez ay may 10 mansyon sa Forbes, may 1.6 hectare na property worth 80 billion. Mind-boggling figures. So therefore, kung totoo yan, dapat bigyan ng sapat na exposure. Sandro Marcos, anak ni Bongbong, meron ba yung exposure sa fake flood control projects? Kung meron, ipakita. Kung wala, ipakita rin. Pero bakit hindi pinakita? Kaya ako, personally, bakit ganon?
Pero paano, Father? Kasi lumalabas na inuuna muna nila si VP Sara, baka susunod naman yung mga ibang involved sa mga flood control projects.
Pero balita ko, nasa ombudsman na yung kaso ni Martin Romualdez. So, ilabas na ni Boying. Ilabas na, kasuhan na.
Okay.
Diba? So, pero sa akin, bagamat naintindihan ko yung probable cause saka prima facie, dahil sa tagal ko ng exposure sa mga abogado, good and bad lawyers, I will not say whether these two...
Sabi mo ng finding ng probable cause, Father.
Yung good and bad lawyers, I have probable causes to conclude that certain lawyers are good and certain lawyers are bad. I will not conclude on the two of you.
It's obvious.
So, kasi nagkasama na kami ni Ferdy, nagkasama na rin tayo. Sa tagal ng pakikialam ko, I've been exposed to all kinds of lawyers, good and bad.
Neutral na.
Hindi ako neutral.
Never neutral.
Pagagalitan ko kayo kapag kailangan. Pero ang gusto ko na sabihin na yung side ng simbahan. Ako po, mula nung July 2016 hanggang ngayon, and even before July 2016, panahon pa ni ERAP, panahon pa ni GMA, panahon pa ni FBR, panahon pa ni Gloria, nakikialam na ako eh. Kaya nakikita ko po, hindi yung probable cause, kundi moral and cultural impact of leadership. Yan nakita ko. Kung ano yung moral and cultural impact ng Duterte leadership, ng Pinoy leadership, lahat po tinitingnan ko. Kaya may komentaryo ako at meron akong reklamo sa bawat namumuno. No? There's no perfect. Kaya lang talaga, nung panahon ni Duterte, talagang ako ay nagimbal ako sa mga naririnig ko, nakikita ko, nangyayari. At kaya ako sinabi ko nga, Ferdy at JB, Fred, sinabi ko sa isang forum that the church has the moral imperative to prevent another Duterte presidency. Dahil nakita ko personally yung cultural and moral and economic, etc., political repercussion of certain kinds of leaderships.
Sige, Father, let's leave that topic for a while. Dito tayo ngayon, yung hot topic, witness Ramil Madriaga. Attorney Ferdy, I know you're not part of the defense team. I know you're not part of the House prosecution team. Given your expertise in trying to assess credibility of witnesses, at the same time, weight of evidence, ano po ba tingin niyo, sir, kay yung mga sa sinabi ni Ramil Madriaga? Is it enough to establish what we have defined as probable cause?
Yes, alam mo kumpanyero, the credibility or lack thereof of Mr. Madriaga has been debated to death. Even in between the very short time that he has testified, last 14 yata yun, if I'm not mistaken. Ngayon ay, ano ba ngayon? 17? 17. It has been debated to death and I think everyone and his mother has an opinion. May mga nagsasabi, hindi pwede yung siya ay nag-form ng OVP, etc. Hindi na po ako magdidwell doon kasi I know it would be carrying coals to Newcastle pagka dinibati ko pa or idiniscuss ko pa ito. At syempre, to be candid, I will always say that he is not credible dahil I am part of the PDP. Biased po ako. Biased ako. Although, you can see for yourself the basis or the foundation of my saying that he is not credible. The bottom line is, and ito, kung gusto ni JV, makipagpustahan tayo, ako dyan. It does not matter anymore whether Madriaga is credible or not. That committee is prejudged to finding probable cause. Pustahan tayo 1 milyon. May probable cause yan, oh. Yung 100,000 mo manalo ng 1 milyon. Pupusta ako, itatransmit yan.
Meron.
Alin?
May probable cause.
Hindi dahil may probable cause, dahil prejudged na ng committee. That committee has standing orders from the House leadership. I-transmit nyo yan. Yun lang ang bottom line yan. Huwag na tayong maglokohan dito kasi i-discuss pa natin yung procedure, yung credibility ng witnesses, kung tama ito, tama ron. Walang tama, walang mali. Ang bottom line dyan, ipapatransmit yan. Kaya nga sabi ko, kung may natitira pa silang hiya sa kanilang pagmumuka, ay i-transmit na nila. Of course, they will not do that. Why? There are also understanding orders na i-demolish yung karakter ni Vice President Duterte sa pamamagitan nitong hearings na ito. Kaya nga sabi ni JV, saan ba nila nakuha yung probable cause and they're trying to find probable cause. It's not that kinuha nila yung probable cause. Naghanap sila ng dahilan para magkaroon ng mahabang hearings para sirain si Vice President Sara Duterte because they are doubtful of conviction. I'm not saying ma-acquit, ha? Hindi naman ako si Nostradamus o si Madam Auring. Namatay na nga yata yun eh. Hindi nga niya nahulaang matatalo siya sa eleksyon. Dito makapong konsyal yun natalo. Pero sinasabi ko sa inyo, ha, mark my words. Ha? JB, 100,000 mo manalo ng 1 milyon, itatransmit sa Senado yan. Transmit. Yun.
Attorney JV. But the thing is,
Tapusin ko lang.
okay.
Para sa akin, of course, I will always respect the decision, the opinion of these people. While we differ, I'm glad that I am among friends na we really agree to disagree. Para sa akin, itatransmit yan. Number 1, bakit? Sinabi na ng House leadership na itatransmit. Number 2, magkakaroon ng mahabang hearing para sirain si Vice President Duterte. And not because there is probable cause. Okay. Then JV will explain why he believes that there is probable cause.
Allow me to explain.
Allow me to explain. Balik mo lang.
okay lang. Hindi, okay lang. I'd like to hear your reaction kasi as sinasabi nga dyan, there are standing orders already according to Attorney Ferdy.
I do not know if there is any.
Pero ano sa tingin mo?
Ito tingin ko.
Go ahead.
Ito tingin ko. The Supreme Court has defined an impeachment process as primarily legal with political characteristics. Ayan ang definition niya. So we stand by that because the Supreme Court is the one who defines what the Constitution is. Pero, I think I will go along with the analysis of former Chief Justice Puno. You see, impeachment was not placed under Article 8 under the judiciary. So, hindi binibisa talaga yan technically. It was not placed under Article 6 in the legislative because it is not a legislative work. It was placed under a separate article, Artikulo 11. Article 11, which is far removed from Articles 6 and 8. Okay? And subsequent yan, subsequent, Artikulo 11. Now, why is this? Because the Constitution wants to exact accountability from high officials. Ngayon, what is impeachment really all about? According to Chief Justice Puno, you can break down impeachment into two stages yan. One is the political stage. That is the exclusive prerogative of the House to initiate. Ang sabi lang naman ng Constitution, exclusive power to initiate. Yan. Now, with a vote of 1/3, there is a provision in Article 3, Paragraph 4, that if there are already 1/3 of House members,
Proceed.
diretso na yan
Proceed.
There is no need for any finding of probable cause. There is no need for any hearing. Sabi ng Constitution, and it's a plain, simple reading of the constitutional provision. If there is 1/3, you should bring it immediately. It will form the articles of impeachment. It will be filed in the Senate for the trial forthwith. Now, the trial is now the legal stage.
Let's stop
It-
muna.
it's- I just want to add this.
Wait lang, Attorney. Stop muna natin doon sa legal, sa Senate.
Kasi yung credibility,
Let's
yung
focus
credibility ni
on
Madriaga.
let's focus on the political muna. Yung
Yeah,
political muna.
okay. Yung political
Yes,
muna.
yes,
Then we go to the legal.
let's not worry about-
Yung political. Kaya, hindi ako makikipagpustahan kay Panyero Perdi. Kasi, whatever the House wants, kahit na political ang basis nila, you have to respect that. Kasi the Constitution gave them that power Ngayon, alam nyo kasi, problema sa atin, our structure of government is Republican. Nakahiwalay yung executive, nakahiwalay yung legislative. Kaya tayo may impeachment Ginaya natin yung mga Amerikano. In parliamentary countries, there's no such thing as impeachment. Why? Kasi, vote of no confidence, tanggal sila. Tanggal yung Prime Minister. Tanggal yung executive. And what is a vote of no confidence? Hindi ba political yan? So, why did the Constitution give the power to initiate impeachment to a purely political body? Elected yan These are representatives of the sovereign people. Kaya hindi pwedeng pakialaman dapat ng mga unelected high officials like the Supreme Court, yung prerogative na yan, that it should be respected. So, with all respect to my dear friend and kakosa, Father Robert, kasi baka may tingin din siya double standard, bakit dinismiss naman yung kay Marcos? Bakit itong kay Sara tinuloy-tuloy, nagpa-finding and probable cause? Well, it's a very technical thing. The first stage in the process of the House is the determination of sufficiency in form and substance. Yun muna Actually, yung sufficiency in form and substance, sa special proceedings yan So, alam mo yung ginawa ng House, kinukuha nila yung mga different concepts from special proceedings, from criminal law, pinagtagpi-tagpi nila. Ngayon, kay Marcos kasi, they did not find sufficiency in form and substance. Now, that has to be respected. You know why? Kasi to me, let's not be hypocritical. The Congress will act on its own political imperatives. The congressmen, will act on its own political imperatives. Kung gusto nilang i-impeach yan, and they want to initiate it, sabi lang ng Supreme Court, wala lang grave abuse. They can abuse. Congress can abuse. The House can abuse.
So in other words, Attorney JV, are you saying that during the impeachment complaint laban kay President Marcos, nagkaroon ng abuse of discretion dahil
No.
they belong to the same ruling
Not
party?
necessarily. What I'm saying is, if that is their decision, whether or not it is a partisan or political decision, it does not matter. They did not violate anything. Ngayon, yung kay Sara, nakasurpass kasi nung first stage eh. Yung sufficiency in form and substance. And therefore, it must now be referred to the plenary and it must be referred to the Committee on Justice for hearing.
I'll cut you short.
Ah, ah.
Pero requirement ba talaga yung clarification hearing? Kasi sinasabi nga ni Attorney Ferdy kanina, it's not required nor it is prohibited, pero ang sabi nga niya,
Alam mo,
demolition to.
Ito ang problema. Itong problema, Panyero, medyo tama rin naman itong, I hate to agree with the Attorney Topacio dahil I always disagree with whatever he is saying. But in this case, parang may tama rin naman yung sinasabi niya. Ang problema kasi doon sa ginawa ng Korte Suprema, katakot-takot ang binigay nilang rules where there were none in the Constitution. Dito sa House, pinakialaman nila kung paanong tumakbo yung initiation ng impeachment. Ngayon, ang House naman, napakahirap naman ipagtanggol. Kasi punong-puno yan ng mga magnanakaw. Punong-puno yan ng mga kurakot.
Teka lang.
How
Baka-
can you defend?
Delikado,
How can
delikado,
you defend,
delikado.
for example, how can you defend the House of Representatives? Tuwan-tuwa sila eh. In a manner of speaking eto, nakaka-contribute ito sa cost ni Attorney Ferdy, pero what can I do? Yun rin ang tingin ko. The Supreme Court gave them a gift. Kasi, yung mga yan, these are clowns. And they want a circus. They always want a circus. With the live camera, no? Yung taga Bicol Saro, ganyan, tuwan-tuwa siya. Ganyan. Akala mo, dami-daming alam, di ba? Ipaliwanag. Pero, yan, ang nangyayari
We
tuloy,
will invite him. We will invite him next
Invite
time.
him here.
Sige.
Invite him here. Ang tingin ko, he's defending saldi ko eh. Anyway. Yun ang problema. Now, they have been given a chance and this is not their own fault. Sabi ng Supreme Court i-hearing nyo yan. Bigyan nyo ng pagkakataon. Si Sara Duterte, hindi naman nila sinabi si Sara, they responded, para dumipensa na siya agad. Yun ang sinabi ng Supreme Court. Where there was none. Wala namang ganung
Yes,
requirement before eh. Kaya, the Supreme Court gifted these, mga crooked lawmakers
Aray ko po.
the gift of conducting themselves into a circus. Kaya ayan, that's what
Sige.
you're getting.
Okay.
Ah.
Father Robert,
Hindi naman sana ganyan dapat yan.
maganda sinabi na meron daw clowns, merong circus. What's your reaction, Father Robert? Kasi remember, we are following a constitutional process. Now, for people like our respected gentleman here to say that it is a demolition job, it is a clown, it is a circus, ano po bang reaction natin?